Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm doing a get to know me like Q&A style video. This is such a highly requested video, and to be fair, this should have been one of the first videos I did on YouTube, but to be honest I just thought people didn't really care, so I didn't want to put a get to know me like out there because I just thought like no one's gonna watch it because they don't even know who I am. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I feel like it's time to do a Q&A so you guys get to know me a little bit better. So I went on Instagram and I said that I was doing a Q&A, and you guys sent me so many questions. Like, I'm literally scrolling through them, so many, it doesn't stop. By the way, follow me on Instagram if you're not already. My Instagram is at Noorie Ana. So if you want to ask me any questions, like when I do Q&As and things like that, I answer a lot of them on Instagram. So yeah, follow me on there if you want to get to know me a little bit better than on YouTube. Okay, so one of the most frequently asked questions is how old are you? So I've mentioned it a couple of times in a couple of my videos, but I am 23 years old. And yeah, I don't know, there's not much to add to that question. I'm 23 years old, I'm a Scorpio, so my birthday is November the 8th. And then, what ethnicity, nationality are you? So I am Bengali, I'm 100% Bengali, so I'm from Bangladesh. If you don't know where Bangladesh is, I'll put a picture of a map somewhere so you can learn a bit more about geography, you know. And I've been to Bangladesh 3 times in my life. Yeah, 3 times, and the most recent time I went to Bangladesh was last year in March. This question was asked the most. Like, if I was scrolling through, this is a question that kept coming up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And that is, what do I do for a living? Like, what is my job? So I've said it before, I don't really like to go into too much detail about what I do as a job, just because I don't like putting everything out there online. Like, I don't know, I just find it really weird. Like, I just don't feel comfortable putting it out there like exactly what I do, but I can like kind of briefly tell you what I do. So I work for an entertainment company. I think last time on Instagram I tried to explain what I did. It made me sound like I was in the adult movie industry, if you know what I mean, which I'm definitely not involved in any shape, way or form. But yeah, I'm in the entertainment industry, so like movies, like you've probably seen, but I'm gonna pop like loads of different companies and I work for one of them, so like try and guess which one I work for. But yeah, I love my job. I work more like in post-production, so I don't work on set of these movies and like behind the scenes of the movies, which would be really cool. I'm like office based, so I work in the London office. I do lots of different things, like I do lots of little bits. Like my job, I don't just do one thing, but it's so interesting because you really get insight into like movies and how they're made and the work that goes behind them. I love my job and it's amazing. Like, I get to go to like screenings of movies that have not been released yet, so I get to see them first, which is always so much fun. Which leads me on into the next question, which leads me on to the next question, which is, what did I do like at university and what degree do I have? I have a degree in biology. I know it's a bit random. Whenever I tell people that and like they know what I do as a job, they're like what? But basically, after college I really wanted to go to university, but I didn't know what I wanted to do as like a career or a job, so I basically just did a degree in the subject that I enjoyed the most, which was biology. Whilst I was in the degree, I did consider teaching, so like secondary school teaching, but then this is gonna sound so stupid, but basically the thing that put me off teaching is the fact that I knew I wouldn't be able to have like a social life and social media and like Instagram, and at that point I was really like trying to, like, I was posting a lot of content on Instagram. Like, I love fashion, I've always loved fashion and styling and content creation, and like it's such a huge part of my life. Like, whenever I go on holiday I like to document things. So it sounds so small, but in the grand scheme of things, like I always knew I wanted to do something in fashion and like creation. And like the thought of not having an Instagram, like having to privatize my Instagram. Obviously if you're a teacher you can't be posting out like selfies of yourself, I don't know, do you know what I mean? Like you have to have a more private life, and I knew that wasn't for me. I knew someone who works at where I work now who said there was a job opening, and then I applied, and that's how I kind of got into the industry without any prior experience. Because I know a lot of people said like, what did you study to get into like a film job? I didn't actually study anything to do with film. I just knew someone who kind of like recommended me, and then that's how I got my job. Where do you live? I live in London. I've always lived in London. I was born in London, raised in London. London is my life. I can't imagine living anywhere else. Do you do YouTube or Instagram full time? I don't, so you guys know I've just said. So yeah, I have a job, I'm working, so this is not a full-time job for me. This is like a part-time hobby. What's your height? I get asked this every single video I upload. I'm 5'8.5". Yeah, I'm quite tall for a Bengali girl. How did you get into modelling? If you didn't know, from the age of 16, I used to model, and how I got into it is I was just scouted. I was in Westfield shopping with my mum. I remember this day so clearly. I was shopping with my mum and we were walking through the shopping centre, and this lady approached us with her card. She basically said like, oh, how tall are you? Do you want to be like, do you want to do modelling? And it sounded like dodgy because you know there's so many scams out there that like charge you like to be a model. And guys, by the way, if you want to be a model and they ever want to charge you money, it's a scam. But yeah, so I just got scouted, then I went to the casting and then got signed, and then yeah, that's it. I stopped modelling like whilst I was at university because one, I went to university outside of London, so I couldn't like, if there was like castings or jobs, it was very difficult for me to kind of drop everything and just come to London with like full-time uni schedules. And then two, I also gained weight. So I used to be like a size UK 6 to 8, more 8, but I could fit into size 6 clothes, but now I'm at 8 to 10. So obviously I've gained some weight, and a lot of my weight goes to like my hip and bum area. But I think nowadays though, modelling has become like more inclusive and like more diverse, so there is obviously like curvy modelling and like petite modelling, which is so much better because it actually represents women of all shapes and sizes. In a relationship, yes, I'm in a relationship. I don't know why I feel so awkward talking about relationships. Okay, yes, I am in a relationship. So I have been in a relationship for 7 years. I have a boyfriend. And yeah, I'll put a picture up of me and him here so you can kind of put a face to a name to a face. And I know some people will ask, so he's not Bengali, he's half Chinese and half Vietnamese, and yeah, he is my Instagram husband. He literally takes all my pictures for me. When we go on holiday, that's his job, to take pictures for me. What is a secret to a long-lasting relationship? Communication. I feel like communication is so important to be able to like, if something's not right or you're upset about something that's happening in a relationship, to be able to communicate that to your other half. It's so important because if you don't, then how will they know? Like, they can't read your mind. So I'm always like one to be like, by the way, you said this to me and I really don't like how you said it. It made me feel like this. Like, I'm very vocal about how I feel, and I feel like that really helps because you can't improve unless you like give feedback to each other. And also I feel like opposites attract. Like, me and my boyfriend are so different. Like, we are such opposites. When people meet us, they're like, how are you guys together? Because I'm so like loud and chatty and talkative, and he's really quiet and like reserved. I feel like that like complements each other, because if he was really loud and talkative, I just feel like we wouldn't get along, you know, like wouldn't be able to get a word in. Do you work in fashion? No, I don't, but I guess kind of now I am, because my YouTube and Instagram has just like suddenly like just blown up, and it's crazy. So I'm getting all these like collaboration requests and things like that, and I'm just like, this is like my dream coming true. It's amazing, I love it. Do you work out, and if so, please drop the workout routine. Sis, I don't work out. It's so bad. I've really been trying to work out. Like, every day I tell myself I'm gonna do a workout. I don't. It's annoying because sometimes when I get into it, I'll like, for a week I'll do a workout every single day, and then I'll just drop off of it, and then I don't work out. Do I have siblings? So yes, I have siblings. I am the eldest of 5, so there are 5 of us, and so I have 4 younger sisters. So I'm 23, then my other sister is 22, and then I have an 18-year-old sister, and then I have twin sisters, and they are 8 years old. And I'll put a picture up of my sisters, and my mum is in this picture that I'm gonna put up. How do you stay so stylish? First of all, thank you so much, that's really kind. How do I stay stylish? A lot of my inspiration comes from Instagram and Pinterest. I don't always go for like what's trending. I kind of like just stick to like a very minimal wardrobe, and I feel like you can't go wrong with that. I tend to stick to like neutral tones. I feel like you can't go wrong if you have a neutral outfit on. It's timeless. Like, you can take a picture of it now, and in 10 years time it will probably still be in fashion. So I feel like doing that kind of makes you look more stylish. Why did you decide to make YouTube so late? You would have been famous now if you made it earlier. So actually, I have a funny story about YouTube. I actually had a YouTube channel with one of my best friends when I was 13 years old. It was called Bieber Fever Girls, and we were obsessed with Justin Bieber, and we would make like parody videos, like dancing videos, like, and this was when YouTube was like kind of starting, not starting, but like not many people would upload on YouTube. We were getting quite a lot of views at that time without like any social media to like push like the content out, do you know what I mean? We'd just upload on YouTube and people would watch it. And then one day my mum found out I had a YouTube channel with my best friend, and she was like, because this is how new it was to like everyone, she was like, delete your channel, delete the video. She was scared that people were gonna find me, like, I don't know how, but like, you know, it was online, it was something new, like no one does this, like no one my age or no one we knew was like doing YouTube. It wasn't a career, it wasn't a thing. So like my mum was just like, you're like 12-13-year-old girls putting yourself on YouTube, like what if someone finds you, and blah blah blah. So we had to delete the account. I was so upset, and to this day I tell my mum, like, I could have been the Zoella, you know, because I had YouTube at the same time as she did. Like I could have been a Zoella. So when I was in university, I started to do like vlogs when I would go traveling, so it'll be like travel vlogs, and then I would upload them, and then I would like remove them from YouTube or make them private. I don't know why, maybe it was like an insecurity thing, like I was scared that people might discover my videos, I don't know. And I did that for like basically my whole of university. Like I would vlog so much and then just privatize it. And then finally, like the YouTube I have now, so I've always wanted to do YouTube. As I've said, I've always been interested in fashion, styling, like content creation. I love it all. Lockdown happened because of coronavirus, and I had so much free time. I was working from home with my job, but I still had like loads of free time, like after work and during the weekends. I was so bored, and I just thought, why don't I just make a YouTube? So I just started off with a couple of vlogs. I did a Zara haul, and that like blew up like crazy, and I don't even know how. Like a lot of people say to me, how did your video blow up? What did you do? I genuinely don't know what I did. It just blew up, and then from then I posted like fashion based videos. Okay, favourite subjects at school. So my favourite subjects at school were like the sciences, so biology, chemistry, not physics. I hated physics. Okay, this is a good question. How has your style changed throughout your life? Did you go through an awkward phase? I'm gonna try and find pictures of like my style through the years, because girl, let me tell you, my style has changed so much. I went through like an emo phase where like I would just wear really like it's not even emo. I don't know what it was. I don't even think there's a category for the kind of things that I would be wearing. I was really into pearls as well, like long pearl necklaces like tied into a knot, like massive floral headbands. I had like a side fringe that would basically start from this part of my head and go all the way there and like cover my half of my face. Yeah, and then in secondary school I went through like the jeans and crop top phase, which actually is not such a bad phase. I mean, no, actually that was much later in secondary school. I don't know, I used to wear really weird things. I showed you pictures. I wasn't always stylish. I feel like at university I was the most boring. Like I wanted to dress nicely, but I was just so lazy with my dressing because all I was going to lectures, so I'd literally just wear jeans and a t-shirt. I was very boring, but when I'd go on holiday, that's when I'd make effort and I'd like put together outfits. I would say in the last couple of years my style has like become the style that I have now. I probably had more time for it after university, and then I really like kind of found my style and what I like to wear. So yeah, I did go through an awkward phase for sure. How have you saved up to buy your designers? How do you afford designer, or how do you get designer bags? One, obviously buy it myself, so I save money and buy it. Two, gifts. That's kind of like the majority of my designer things are gifted from like my mum or my boyfriend. What has been your favourite holiday so far, and any holiday recommendations? This is such a hard question because I genuinely love every like country I've been to so far, but it's definitely between Hong Kong and Fiji. Yeah, so like Fiji was honestly like the most amazing country I've been to. The water was crystal clear. It was literally like being in paradise. That's the only way I can explain it. It was so stunning. Where do you shop for most of your home decor? So H&M Home, Zara Home do some really nice bits. Home Sense, if you're in the UK, I don't know if the US have this, but Home Sense do some really good bits and very affordable. And then Amazon is really good for like coffee table books. Who are your style icons or inspiration? So Rosie Huntington Whiteley, she is like my #1. She looks so good in everything, and she's just very like, I feel like our styles are very similar. She's very neutral and like very classic pieces. I love her wardrobe. If I could have her wardrobe, I would have her wardrobe. Even like her bags, her accessories, everything. She's just like my style icon. I'm obsessed with her. my favourite perfume, my number one perfume is Kilian Love Don't Be Shy. I love that smell. I love like sweet scents. Do I incorporate colour into my wardrobe or am I just like neutrals? I do actually incorporate colour in my wardrobe sometimes. I feel like it's more when I go on holiday, that's when I like venture out with colours. But in like London, I don't really like, I don't know, it feels weird going out wearing bright orange. As much as it looks good, I just don't feel comfortable. But I feel like neutrals just suit me and my skin tone best. I feel like I'm more comfortable in neutrals, but I do like the odd pop of colour, and I will try and do more styling videos with colour in it because I know not everyone is into like a neutral wardrobe, and colours are fun. That is, I was gonna say that is all of the questions. It's not all of the questions, it's only some of the questions, but I can only answer so many, you know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you feel like you know me a little bit more. Follow me on Instagram if you're not, because if I do another Q&A, or sometimes I do Q&As on my Instagram stories, then you can kind of ask me your questions there and I can answer more specific ones. I've just tried to answer like all the most commonly asked questions on this video. So yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram if you want to get to know me a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I want to get to know you guys a little bit more, so comment down below where you guys are from. I'd love to see like which country you come from, or like where you're from, because I find that so interesting. I will see you in the next video. See ya!